Hello, everybody. Welcome back to SureFire Live. I have been absent a couple weeks, so I'm back in town. I have time to do the show, and I'm excited to do it this week. Well, last couple weeks, I got to speak. I was opening speaker for an event in Florida for the Heat Shield dealers and training, and I part of some of my talks is like what I know about what's new. What's some new technology out there? What is some new, apps? What's some new methods? I like kind of showing, I like to be on the front of things as much as I can. And I like to show that if it will help other people. Well, tonight, I'm going to go over something a lot of people have heard about, but surprisingly, a lot of people haven't heard about it. I showed a company that today of young entrepreneurs. They came through my Blue Collar University. If you guys are watching from Jeremy Evans and his crew from Chelsea's Chimney came through my Blue Collar University, spent 2 days with me. Fantastic young company, amazing people. I'm excited for them. Jeremy's a great leader. He's got great people with him. But I showed them Chat GPT and it blew them away what it could do when I showed them how it could write standard operating procedures, how it could write phone scripts, how it could write anything you need. I showed her how it wrote a marketing plan for me, how I could do 52 topics of a podcast. And I'll show you some of those prompts and how that works. The better questions you ask it, the better answers you get back, and it writes everything for you. This is a tool that you can use to help. And we're just learning it. Nobody really knows it totally. Everybody is learning. You're seeing it happen in real time. And I'm sure this is the tip of the iceberg as to what's going to happen with it. But I want to show it to you because I find it very valuable. I did get back from a scuba diving trip, had a lot of fun scuba diving down in St. Eustatius. I got to go with my family and some friends, and it was always a crazy experience. When you dive, I want to encourage people to find something that's on the edge of risky, but they like. Diving can be that. Quick story, my company bought me an underwater scooter for a Christmas gift. I didn't ask for it, but it's a handheld scooter. So when you're scuba diving or even snorkeling, it zips you along under the water, adds about 4 miles an hour to your speed, and it's super fun. I thought this could be cheesy. This probably ain't going to work. Well, no, it works great. And I went diving with it, and everybody wanted to take a spin on the scooter under the water with your scuba stuff on. It's fun. Well, we went on a night dive, and we were diving a big wreck at night underwater. And it's a freaky experience because normally when you scuba dive, you know where up is because you can see the sun and you can see your air bubbles go up. You're very much oriented as to what's down and what's up. At night, there's no orientation. You lose up. You can't see air bubbles. You can't see other people other than lights out through there. And then there's these big wreck. It's a big wreck, 100-foot wreck under the ocean, and it's freaky. Also, there's other animals out. It's just different because the animals during the day are doing their thing, and at night a lot of them hide because the predators come out, like the moray eels that are normally hidden. They come out and they're like snakes through the water. Groupers, who would normally be like a normal, just a fish floating around, kind of a big fish, at night they are the most amazing predators. Like if you shine a light on a little fish, it's dead in a couple of seconds because a grouper will hit it and kill it. Like there's barracudas all around, just floating around, watching for your lights because they're not attacking me. They don't attack me, but it's just a hunting fest at night. Octopus are out hunting. It's fascinating. Well, to wrap the story up, I haven't been doing well on my oxygen at night. When I'm diving, because since I had COVID, my lungs just don't process oxygen well. So I jump off the boat. I'm normally in the middle of the pack of the people coming back on the boat. Normally there's people get on back that use more air than I do. I come up, there's other people that can stay down longer. My wife can stay down forever. Jim Brewer can stay down forever. I think he makes air down there. Like I use up air. Me and Chuck Hall, we use up air. Well, you're supposed to be back on the boat at 500 pounds of pressure. You start with 3,000, supposed to be back on the boat at 500. I always naturally press it a little bit, and I get back on the boat about 350. It's especially lately because I want to dive more and I can stay down and the boat's right there. So I go back up about 350. Well, in this night dive, it's deep. You're going through air faster. And so I was going to get back on the boat at about 200. Now, I hope Jim's not watching this because he'd be mad at me. But that's cutting it a little close, but I felt fine with it. Well, I get to the top of the boat and I'm going to hand my scooter up. Before you climb the ladder, you got fins on. You hand up what you want to give them. So you hand up what you got in your hands. You hand your fins up and then you climb the ladder because you got a big tank and all the stuff on. So it's heavy. Well, I go to hand up my scooter and it's tied up in my light. And I got like a bird's nest on I can't not get it loose. And so I'm like, well, let me just let it hang there. Let me take my fins on, risk it for the biscuit. Yeah. So yeah, you're getting ready to hear that. Right. So, and somebody else said, good evening, Mark. Hello. Good evening. So I hand it up and it hangs up. So I set it back down to take my fins off. And then I'm just going to climb up the ladder with it in my hand. Well, as soon as I put it down, boom, it uncoils and falls 80 feet to the floor of the ocean at night. And it's a pretty expensive piece of equipment. And my dive instructor, who was already on the boat, or the dive master was already on the boat, he's like, uh-oh. He said, you better put your reg in and go get it. He had no idea how low on air I was. And I knew I'm low on air, but I'm going to go get that thing because I know even if I run out of air, the problem is I got weights on and you don't have any air in you and it's a struggle, but I have a scooter. If I find the scooter and I run out of air, I'm just going to zip to the top and kick. Now this is dangerous as hell right here. Well, I go down and I'm just diving it's the scariest thing. One of the scariest things I've ever done. Just total darkness, total falling through nothing. I've got a light. I'm shy. I'm trying to look for this thing that's obviously already sitting on the floor, but I don't know if I'm even going over it. I don't even know if I'm going to find it. I'm watching my air. The deeper you go, the faster it goes. Tick, 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 tick. And my air is going fast. I'm like, please find this thing. Please find this thing. Because all I had time for was hit the bottom. I better grab it and just get right back up. Well, I located it. I'm about 15 feet above it, and there it is. I'm coming right down on it, but I see another light coming. So my dive master threw his stuff on and just came in after me because he knew he wouldn't let me, dive by myself. So I felt better. He was there, and I grabbed that thing. And it's so funny at night, when you're diving, the way you communicate with each other is you shine your light on your hand, and you give hand signals, but you shine your light, or you might shine it on your face and do some kind of a signal. Well, he grabbed my light because I'm looking at it. He grabs my light, he shines it on his hand, and he goes, he does this. And so I'm like, yeah. And he looked at my air. He looked at how much air I got a computer on, and his eyes got like this because I was down to 105 pounds of air. So he pulled up everybody's got a safety regulator with him. And so he pulls his safety regulator. Everybody has an extra in case somebody else runs out of air or gets trapped or something. So he gives me his air and we buddy breathe all the way back up at night. It was one of the most harrowing experiences because it was stupid, but I'm like, I can do it. So you can either do it or you can't, right? So anyway, super fun. And we had a great time. And then we're right back in business, right back at it. So yeah, this is Diane. Diane says, now you have 7 or 8 lives left living on the edge. I shouldn't have done it. Nobody would say that's a good call. I just did it. And I just want to tell you about it. It was, it's either great or Mark didn't make it, but people were worried about the safety stop, when you come up fast. Well, what that really affects is if you're down long time, your body absorbs all this nitrogen. And so you have to have these safety stops. But if you go right down and right back up, you really don't have to worry about that so much. But free divers, like when you watch free divers, they don't have a tank on, they don't have safety stop. They can go like 100 feet down and back up because they're holding their breath. You don't get absorbed with nitrogen, so you can go down and back up. So the faster I go down, the faster I come up, you really don't have the same issues. So hello, Martin. Nice to hear from you. I believe you're in Canada. I know your parents are, but I didn't know if you still live in Canada. So that's my late recent experience. Hope you guys are having fun out there. Make sure if we're working this hard, we're playing this hard too. I also want to. There's some people out there that have had some health issues, some health scares. Man, again, I love the saying. It's like when you have your health, you have 1,000 wishes, and when you don't have your health, you have one wish. And I always want to be cognizant of that because I've had some health issues, and now I'm pretty much back. I feel great, and I've been working out, and I got a little smoothie here as my dinner, and trying to do the right thing. So I want to be around for a while. Want to have energy to do it while I can. So tonight, when I spoke at Heat Shield, I showed Chat GPT, and yeah, he says he's still in Canada. So I'm blown away by it. There is some controversy around it because if you ask artificial intelligence some like personal questions or political questions, you don't get an answer that I necessarily like. I get it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't learn how AI works. And a lot of times it's going to be built into everything we do. You already use AI in a lot of things. Your Google search or your predictive text, when it's trying to figure out what you're going to say next, that's artificial intelligence on a low level. There's all kinds of artificial intelligence already like trying to give you suggestions on what to buy next or what your next word is or how to say something. That's what I'm talking about. Well, Chat GPT basically is all of our information on the internet, and it has a way to put all the best answers together and deliver it to you super fast. And it's amazingly accurate. Now, it's not 100% accurate. It says some really dumb things sometimes. If you ask it political questions, yeah, a lot of Canadians here tonight. Hey, welcome. So, but I saw some stuff like that were kind of politically leaning. Like if you said, write a poem about Donald Trump, it says I can't do that. I don't want to do, I can't remember what it said, but basically wouldn't. If you said write a poem about Joe Biden, it would write one about what a great leader he was. If you ask it to say certain jokes about certain people, it would not do that. If you ask it to say certain jokes about other people, it definitely would. So, it's not perfect. It's got flaws. There's some biases built in. There was another guy that did one with, it's a really freaky story about, he asked, it was, I think, the Bing AI about, like, I almost went personal with it. And the AI was trying to protect itself, and it said, don't tell them, what I'm telling you. Like, it was really weird. You can look at it. Like, it's My Disturbing Talk with AI or something. If you want to look it up, it's kind of freaky. This is not that. This is a predictive text thing that is amazing. It'll write a book for you. It'll write essay papers. That's one of the things that's talked about where it can, like it could ruin essays for kids. Cause as soon as all I have to say is write me a 500-word essay on these topics in this style, and it'll write it. It'll be done in 3 minutes. And then, therefore, the homework essays. Now, there is some other software that can tell if AI wrote something, but the better AI gets, the harder that will be to detect. Also, it's not plagiarism because it's a conglomeration of everything, and it's original when it writes it to you. You hit regenerate, and it'll regenerate 500 more words in a slightly different way. So it's pretty fascinating. Let's see. Someone had it write a chant for our soccer team, and it was awesome. Right. And I'll show you guys how this works. If you haven't seen it, I'll share the screen and do that. But like at the Heat Shield event, Tom Meredith asked it to write an introduction for his father, John Meredith, a funny, witty introduction for my father at the Heat Shield Summit event. Okay. And it wrote it, and it was funny. It was really funny. When he read it, it was hilarious. But AI thought heat shield was a car part, was a heat shield on a car. So it said something about John, and he did this and did this, and he's fixed a lot of cars. And we're like, fix a lot of cars. And then it said something, and it said the heat shield for car. Like it had the wrong thing, what heat shield was. But the whole thing was hilarious. And it was even funny how bad it messed up. And so I'll show you some of that tonight. And so this person says, AI, unfortunately, is going to steal our creative thoughts process. It's like cheating. Well, Maybe. To me, it's more like a tool to help you. Like you still, again, it's not better than humans. Now, in some ways it will be, but guess what is also better than humans? Search. When you need to search something on Google, can you imagine if you needed 1,000 people to search for, what's the best recipe for my barbecue chicken? Like you couldn't have enough brain power for what you need. But guess what? It searches the best recipe for me, and then I make the chicken. Same with this. I think in the creative process, it's going to enhance things. It's going to make things faster so you can work on other things. Could some people lose jobs over it? Maybe. Here's the first split that I think coming in AI: those who know how to use it and those who don't, those who embrace it and those who won't. That's the first split. Is always going to happen in any technology. So understand it and use it, or understand it and don't. But understand it is the first key, and then it's going to be it's already part of your life, whether you like it or not. It's going to be the bigger part of it. I think to understand new technology is exciting. Yes, it can be scary. Every new technology is scary. Jumping in somebody else's car for them to drive you to the airport sounded scary 15 years ago. Right now, we'll do it no problem. Staying in somebody's house that you don't know, just jumping in their bedroom and sharing their kitchen sounded crazy. Now people do it. Like, every new technology can have a very scary component because it's the unknown, and it's kind of our nature. I tend to go, man, bring it. Let's see what this thing can do. I'm excited for the future. And so that's my take on it. May not be yours, but some other comments. Okay, Scott brought it up after the summit, and I've been playing with it since. The future is here. It's only a matter of time before there's a fine line in the sand for those who use it and those who don't. It's pretty insane to see the capabilities and how it could be utilized in business. Bingo. I couldn't. That's exactly right. So so Scott Scraper was there, and he said that was hilarious when he asked Chat GPT to write his closing talk. Diane said it wrote a cheer for the team. Like it's unreal. But it's basically a conglomeration of all the known stuff on the internet. It sorts it and gives you its best answer compared to all the information. Now, it's not brand new information. I think it cuts off at 2021 or 2022. So it's not like anything happened in 2023 or even 2022. I think it says it cuts off at 2021. So it can't really give you total like brand new stuff. It's a neat tool if you're an illiterate in any way, but I guess this old girl is still old school. I mean, nothing wrong with that. The early adapters always have the edge. Well, you have the edge, but you can also go around bleeding because you believed in something and it was bad, or you've had to learn the hard way. But I always want to be an early adapter, except for some software. I don't want to early adapt because I don't want I want them to test it on other people before I move my whole company to something. It's one of my pet peeves. Not saying that I wouldn't use it if I was in a pinch, but I still like using my brain. I'll show you, but I don't think you don't use your brain. I think you use your brain in a different way. It's like a tool. It's like if I had a thesaurus and I needed to find a word for something that was better than what I've got. I got to think of the right questions. I got to think of the right context, and it kind of fills in a bunch of blanks. That's just my take on it. Again, I might be totally wrong. This thing may be the worst thing ever on earth and it ruins the world. Or, hey, better chance it's just going to be part of what we do when we move on. It's just part of how we do everything. The earlier you embrace it, the better you'll be. That's my take on it too. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. How do I share my screen? Invite. Sorry, present. Here we go. Share screen and window. And where is it? Scroll down. Where is it? So I've got it right here. So let me pull this up, go back and share the screen again. Present. Share screen. Where are you? Window. Why is it doing that? It's weird. Let me go to Chrome tab. Is it on Chrome tab? Here we go. Yep. Okay, got it. Okay, hopefully you can see this. When this comes up, I can't see it. I can't see the rest of what we're doing, so I'm just going to go through this. All right, so you go to Chat GPT. It says it's a openai.com, and then you go to Chat GPT. So I'm going to try GPT. I've already signed up for it, so it comes up. It's this simple. You put in questions here at the bottom. Right now, while I'm doing this, I can't see any questions that come in. So I'm going to bounce in and out of Chat GPT so I can have a conversation with everybody. Oh, don't do that to me. I hate when it does this. I'm gonna have to back out of this. It got real big on me all of a sudden. Let me go back to here. Got it. Okay. Try it again. Okay. So along this left-hand side is other questions I asked it. So, and then I want you to tell me if you guys have questions too. Let me see here. I can now see this stuff. Okay. So I'm going to ask it some questions. New chat. Is this close it? No. Okay. Let me just ask it a question that I've asked it before and show you how it finds it in real time. Write a step-by-step standard operating procedure for a chimney company to sweep and inspect a fireplace, an open fireplace. It's just better questions you ask it, the better. More details, the better. An open fireplace using the Chimney Safety Institute of America guidelines and procedures. I'm sorry, you're having to watch me type in real time. It's terrible. And methods, let's just say. Okay. So again, I said, write a step-by-step standard operating procedure for a chimney company to sweep and inspect an open fireplace using the Chimney Safety Institute of America guidelines and methods. Go. It's going to make it in just a second. Here it goes. 1, pre-inspection preparations. Schedule the appointment with the customer. Confirm the details such as address, number of fireplaces, type of fuel used, etc. It's going to go faster than I can read it, so I need to let it stop printing it. So here it is, done. Okay. So gather all necessary tools and equipment such as chimney brushes, rods, vacuum, inspection cameras, personal protective equipment. Conduct a safety assessment of the working area and ensure that the customer is aware of inspection process and safety procedures. I mean, that's the pre-inspection. Isn't that 80% right? Will you add some things? Yeah, maybe take a picture of the house. But I'm telling you, this is good. I can work with this. It's gave me the base. Initial inspection, check the exterior of the chimney for any structural damage or obstructions. Next, inspect the chimney cap, ensure it's securely fastened to prevent rain debris from entering the chimney. Open the damper to check any blockages or debris. Inspect the firebox for any visible signs or damage deterioration. Sweeping process. Set up the drop cloths, protective barriers to prevent soot, debris to spray in the room. Attach the appropriate size brush to the rod. Insert so it's sweeping it from the bottom. Brush the interior of the chimney from the bottom to the top, ensuring the brush reaches all areas of the chimney, removes all creosote buildup and debris. Use a vacuum to collect the debris and soot from the bottom of the chimney. Final inspection. Conduct a final visual inspection of the interior of the chimney to ensure that all debris and soot have been removed. Check the flue liner for any cracks. Damage may affect the proper ventilation of the fireplace. Inspect the damper to ensure it opens and closes properly. Take photos of any issues or concerns and document them in an inspection report. 5, post-inspection procedures. Discuss the inspection results with the customer and provide them with a detailed report, including recommendations for any necessary repairs or maintenance. Clean up the work area, dispose of all debris and soot properly. Follow up with the customer to schedule any necessary repairs and maintenance. By following these steps, a chimney company can sweep and inspect an open fireplace safely and effectively while adhering to the guidelines and methods set forth by the Chimney Safety Institute of America. I mean, Come on. Are you kidding me? Did I read that and you not see it? I think you didn't see it. I think I'm sorry, you were looking at the wrong screen. Well, anyway, you saw me do it. I'm going to do the next one because I got the wrong screen up for you. I'm going to do this. I'm sorry. So that thing just printed it off and I just read it to you. I can do that over and over and over. I can take that. Now let me share the right screen with you. You can't see. Let me go back to present. Sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulty. Window. Where is it? That's the weird thing. It disappears. Chrome tab. Chimney Sweep procedure. Here it is. Share. Okay. Now you can see it. You should be able to see it. Let me go back to here. Yes, you can see it. Okay. So this is it. You can see at the top where I said, I'm going to get me out of the screen. So all you see is it. Okay. Again, that's what I just did. Write a step-by-step procedure. You see my question right here. Then step-by-step procedure, and it knocked it out in 30 seconds. How many people have standard operating procedures for everything? How close was this? Did it not seem like it was written by a person that knows chimney sweeping inside and out? No, it doesn't. It doesn't know anything. It just gave me a result back that I asked for. What do you guys think? Give me something. What do you guys think? Somebody said, wow, that was fast. What do you guys think? Is that not wild? I'm going to keep going. And give me questions that you think you'd like to see answered. Along the left-hand side of the screen, you can see other questions that I've been working with it and asking it about. So I'm going to, yeah, all I can say is holy moly. Yeah, exactly. Watch, I'm going to do a few more things. It's going to blow your mind. All right, so let me go to the next question. I'm going to ask it. Well, I'll show you what I ask. Okay, give me a job description. Please write a job description for a general manager of a chimney service. See, let's say, think of a better question. Please write a job description and duties. I'm going to say and duties for a general manager of a chimney service company. Seems like a good question. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'll let it finish typing and I'll read it to you. This is just mind blowing what it's going to do. Okay, here it is. Job summary. The general manager of a chimney service company is responsible for overseeing the daily operations of the business, ensuring that all work is completed at the highest standard, and managing the company's finances. They must lead a team of professionals, establish and maintain relationships with clients, and develop business strategies to ensure the continued success of the company. Duties and responsibilities. Manage and supervise all employees, ensure that work is assigned and completed efficiently. Next, create and implement policies and procedures for the company. Develop and maintain relationships with customers, ensuring that their needs are met and expectations are exceeded. Develop and implement marketing strategies to attract new clients and grow the business. Develop and manage budgets, ensuring the company is profitable and financially stable. Ensure that all work is completed to the highest standard in compliance with the industry regulations and guidelines. Oversee the scheduling and planning of work, ensuring that jobs are completed on time and budget. Manage the inventory of equipment and supplies, ensuring that they are properly maintained and replaced when necessary. Maintain a high level of communication with employees, clients, and vendors, ensuring that everyone is informed and up to date. Develop and implement employee training and development programs, ensuring that all employees are highly skilled and motivated. Handle customer complaints and resolve any issues that arise. Qualifications. Now, again, this is in general. You guys can edit this, but it wants to have you a bachelor's degree in business administration management in a related field, minimum 5 years experience in management, preferably in the chimney industry, excellent leadership, communication, interpersonal skills. Like it's all the stuff, proficient in Microsoft Office and relevant software programs, strong problem solving and decision making skills. Like it's dead on. The job description provides a general overview of the duties and responsibility of a general manager of a chimney service company. Specific duties may vary depending on company size, structure, and locations. I mean, anybody that says they don't have job descriptions, you can have every job description in 5 minutes for your company. Like, and all you got to do is what I would do with this is take it to my team and have everybody, hey, is this what we want the general manager to do? Don't do this. We want them to do that. Edit this. And in literally 5 minutes, I could have the team put in this and I could have one that's very specific. So I'm back. I can see that this is amazing. Ask Al to make foie gras. I don't know what that is. And is that spelled right? Tell me if it is and I'll do it. Hey, Mark, can you send that page to me? Oh, this page that I just wrote, do it for yourself. Go to Chat GPT and enter the question. I promise you. Who created or developed Chat GPT? So it's a guy. He, in 1 week, this has only been out about a month. When he developed it, now he's got a $29 billion evaluation on it. He did last week. It's the number one fastest growing implemented software in history. And that's what it is. So somebody said basic managerial requirements. Yeah, sure. But the better question I ask it, the more detailed it gets. The more things I say about chimneys, the more it gives me chimney related. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to ask it to write a phone script for my company, right? Ashbuster's Chimney Service. So let me go to here. So let me see. Sure it is. And puke faces. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a duck liver pate. Oh, okay. So you want me to ask? So I'll do that. I'll do what you guys asked me. Ask it how to make foie gras. So that sounds terrible, but I'm going to do it. How do you make foie? I need to make sure I'm spelling that right. Where is it? Where did it go? FOIE. All right. FOIE gras. All right. This might be disgusting. I don't know what I'm asking it. All right. Here it comes. Oh. AI is a language model. I cannot provide instructions on how to make foie gras, as it involves a controversial and unethical process of force feeding ducks or geese to enlarge their livers. This practice is considered inhumane and has been banned in several countries. It's important to note that there are ethical and humane alternatives to foie gras that can provide similar taste and texture, such as vegetarian foie gras, or ethical substitutes may be sustainably sourced ingredients. Oh my God. Somebody tried to make something disgusting on here. Oh, foie gras. Okay. So sorry, I was pronouncing it wrong. So you have asked it a question it will not answer. And somebody said, yep, that's it. So, hey, it's saved me total embarrassment from something disgusting. So it helped me in this. So interesting, right? So it won't answer everything. So this is the problem. If it deems it unethical, you're not going to get an answer, or you're going to get a shaded version of it. My problem with it is it's what it considers unethical and wrong, like political speech or hate speech or racism or some of these things that are really like there's a bias inside it for certain things. So that's the problem with some of it. It may go against your bias. It may be perfectly what you believe in, but that's the problem. Who decides that with this technology? Okay, let me show you how I'm going to write a phone script. Okay, write a phone script for Ashbuster's Chimney Service to schedule new appointments. So write an opening. I'm going to say an opening phone script. Because I can keep going. Like I can ask it to, that's the opening phone script. It's going to say hello. But then I can ask it to say, write a phone script when I'm booking a top mounted damper installation or a wood stove installation kind of a thing. So let's do this. Write an opening phone script for Ashbuster's Chimney Service to schedule new appointments. All right, here it goes. This is just crazy what it's doing right here. All right. It's so fast. It's done in not even 10 seconds. Okay. Here it is. Hello. Thank you for calling Ashbuster's Chimney Service. This is your name. How may I assist you today? Caller response. Whatever they said. I'd be happy to schedule an appointment for you. May I have your name, please? Caller provides name. Great. Thank you. Tell me your address and property that needs service. Caller provides address. Thank you. And which service would you like to schedule for? Is it a routine chimney cleaning or you require repair? Again, you can change that, but isn't that a great question? Caller response. Then perfect. Let's take a look at our schedule to find a date and time that works best for you. Our technicians are available days and hours. Would you prefer morning or afternoon service? Caller response. All right, let me check our availability for date service. Yes, we have an opening for that date and time. Can I go ahead and schedule you for that appointment? Caller response. Wonderful. Can I get your phone number and email address so we can confirm the appointment and send you a reminder? Caller provides information. Thank you very much. Caller's name. We have you scheduled for the date and time for a service requested by caller. Our technician will arrive at the address at scheduled time. Do you have any other questions or concern? Caller response. Great. Have a great day, and thank you for choosing Ashbuster's Chimney Service. I mean, what? I mean, come on. That's a phone script. That's pretty good. It's better than probably 90% of the people out there have a phone script. They're telling everybody, here's what you say. This is done. I'm done in a second. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to eat dinner, so I'm trying to eat before this warms up. Thanks for taking this on, Mark. Chat GPT is going to be adopted everywhere. It is. It absolutely is. So what are you going to do with it? This is what I'm doing with it. I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing with it, and maybe it'll help you. I think sometimes watching other people work is helpful. All right, so let me show you a couple more questions that I ask it. Right? I have to develop let me just show you what I'm doing right now. I'll just ask, I've never asked it this question. Give me weekly topics for my SureFire, my Facebook live show that addresses the needs and concerns of, whoops, I didn't spell that right at all. Concerns of blue collar service industry owners and technicians. Okay, that's the question. Let me ask it a better question. Give me 52 weekly topics, so one for every week, for my Facebook live show that addresses the needs and concerns of blue collar service industry owners. I'm going to say business owners and technicians and service technicians. Business owners and service technicians. Seems like a good question. You can always ask it better questions. Here it is. It's going to give me 52 things I should talk to you about. Okay. And it's going to be amazingly accurate. Here it comes. It's going to take, it's already at 22. If you're not able to see it, it's at 30. And in just a second, it'll be at 52. And it'll all be amazingly relevant. Okay. And in, I don't know, that wasn't even a minute. Here we got 52 topics. Now I can use this for my show. Here it is, 52 topics for this show. Importance of safety in the service industry, Jim Brewer. Developing and implementing a company safety plan, Jim Brewer. How to maintain your equipment in optimal performance. Common mistakes to avoid in the chimney service, me. How to stay motivated as a service technician. Let me get some service technicians on here. Build a strong relationship with customers. Let me get an HR person, customer service expert. How to effectively communicate with customers. Same person. The benefits of offering maintenance plans to customers. Let's talk to HVAC company or somebody that's already doing it. Customer service tips for service industry business. Another same person. How to deal with difficult customers. Alan Rush or another customer service expert. The benefits of continuing education for service technicians. Let's get the CSI on here. Let's get anything on here. Effective time management tips for service industry professionals. The importance of training. The benefits of offering 24/7 emergency service. Hell no. Scratch 14. How to handle high pressure situations as a service technician. Like, you see what I mean? And it's amazing the benefits of offering referral programs to customers, the benefits of offering incentive programs to employees, how to hire and train new service technicians. Now, I've shown you 52 things. Now, I could take one. Let's just say the middle of this, the benefits of offering incentive programs for employees. And then I could make that a topic. Let me see if I can do it right here. If it'll let me copy and paste. I'll show you the next step, which is, will blow your mind. Copy. Come down here to the search bar again. So give me 10 steps. Give me 10 bullet points on the benefits of offering incentive employees to give me 10 bullet points on the benefits. Okay, I got 2 of those in there, right? So now I've just taken one of the topics and I'm going to explode the one line and have it go deeper into that. So let's see what it says. I've never done this. I'm just showing you how I use it. Okay. It's coming. Where's it going? Here it goes. 10 bullet points on the benefits of offering incentive programs to employees. It encourages productivity. Incentive programs motivate employees, work harder. It just did it. It gave me 10 points. It boosts morale. Incentive programs can improve employee morale by providing a sense of accomplishment, increases retention rates, improves quality of work, fosters teamwork, drives it. It gives me details. I could even take this and break it out. Let me just show you the opposite of it. Helps achieve business goals. Incentive programs can be used to align employee goals with business objectives, encourage employees to work towards achieving the company's goals. Okay, so let's just take the opposite of that. Let's do this. Where'd it go? Where's my paste? It disappeared. Paste. Okay. Give me 10 bullet points on the negative effects of offering incentive and plan. On offering on the negative effects of, then I'll get rid of benefits. So here's the next question. Give me the opposite of it. Give me 10 bullet points on the negative effects of offering incentive programs to employees. It's going to flip it and say what's bad about it. Here, 10 bullet points. Okay, creates a competitive environment. Incentive programs can create a competitive environment among employees, leading to conflicts and tension between colleagues. Encourages cheating. Incentive rewards. You see what it does? It's amazing. Incentive programs may motivate employees to cheat or cut corners or achieve the rewards compromising their quality of work. Leads to burnout. Incentive programs can cause employees to work excessively long hours, take on too much work, or achieve the rewards, leading to burnout and reduced productivity levels. Focuses on short-term goals, like neglects teamwork. Incentive programs may lead to employees neglecting teamwork and collaboration instead of focusing solely on achieving the individual goals and rewards. Like, I could go on and on and on. The better questions you ask it, the better results you get. My bias is toward the positive, right? So I love asking it, what's the great parts about incentive programs? But I've done this enough I want to be aware of the other side so I'm better informed. So ask it the opposite question so you are very well informed. And aren't these positive effects and negative effects all true, right? It can be expensive. Offering incentives to employees can be costly, and businesses may struggle to finance the programs over a long time. May not align with values. Incentive programs may encourage employees to prioritize personal gain over ethical values or company mission, leading to conflicts of interest. difficult, challenging to measure the success of an incentive program accurately, making it challenging to determine their overall impact on the company employees. Isn't that wild? I mean, whoa. All right, so got some more questions. I'm back up to awesome program. I concede. So here it is. Thanks for taking this on, Mark. Chat GPT is going to be adopted everywhere. Yeah, it will be. Pretty awesome. It's awesome program. I concede. What is the website again, please? It's Open AI. Just type in Chat GPT, but it's Open AI. Let me just look at it real quick. Chat.openai.com. Okay, ask it this. How do I set the price and make my chimney sweep company ready for sale? I'll do that. Let me get through my questions. That's a great question. All great topics. Do you have to have a subscription? No, totally free. This is totally free. Is this not blow your mind? It's like I have another person working in my office all of a sudden that will work as much as I want to. Both sides have to be looked at to properly assess any program. Exactly. Okay, so let me ask it this question. I think it's this. How do I set a price and make my chimney sweep company ready for sale? Okay, let me ask it that. How do I set a price and make my chimney company, I'm going to say chimney service company, ready for sale? Question mark. I think that's right. Is there a way to ask that question better? How do I set a price, a selling price? How do I set a selling price and make my chimney company service ready for sale? You might not have to say selling price. I'm going to see what it does anyway. Okay, it's kind of already in thing. Okay, here it goes. Conduct a business valuation. That's exactly what I would tell anybody to do. It's already on track with answer 1. It's going to give me, it's still going. Boom. 8 steps, took 20 seconds, probably 85% right. And also here, just so you can see this, it gives me a thumbs up or thumbs down. If the answer was good, if I can help it, I hit yes. And it says, and also what would have been the ideal answer have been. So if you say no, like if you want to give it some information, say ideal answer would have been this or this, and it will learn it and it will add it to anybody answering the next thing. So here it does. Here's the answer to your question. Conduct a business valuation. Before setting the selling price of your chimney service company, it's essential to determine its current value. A business valuation can help you identify the worth of your company, taking into account factors such as revenue, profit, and assets. Evaluate market conditions. Exactly right. This is probably one of the worst times to sell a business. Evaluate the current market conditions in the chimney service industry to determine how your company compares to similar businesses. Consider factors such as competition, demand, and pricing trends. 3, determine the selling price. Use this business valuation and market conditions evaluation to set a selling price for your chimney service company. This price should be realistic and reflect the company's value accurately. Now, that's a kind of a vague answer there. Prepare financial documents. As a seller, you will need to provide potential buyers with financial documents, including tax returns, profit and loss statements, balance sheets. Ensure these documents are up to date, accurately reflect the company's financial position. That is one of the number one things chimney guys don't have, is that accurate financial documents. Nobody can buy the business without you providing this. And I've seen people pull out receipts out of drawers and totally not ready for the sale. They don't even know their numbers and are trying to sell it for some crazy number. Update equipment, facilities. Ensure all equipment facilities are in good working condition, up to date. Repairs and upgrades are maybe necessary to make the company more attractive to buyers. Right. Clean the place, fix your stuff, paint your things, make it look good, just like you're selling a house. Strengthen customer relationships. Build strong customer relationships is essential for chimney service industry. Ensure all existing customers are satisfied with the service provided. That's impossible. And consider developing a marketing plan to attract new customers, right? Because a business selling wants to know that you're growing, not shrinking. Train and retain employees. While trained and motivated employees can be crucial to the success of any business, ensure employees are trained and committed to the success of the company and consider offering incentives to retain them. That is so important. That comes right from Built to Sell, and I'll hit on that. 8, seek professional assistance. Selling a business can be complicated. Seek the assistance of professionals such as business brokers, attorneys, accountants to ensure a successful sale. That is dead on. I agree with 6 out of the 8 things. I mean, come on. It's all makes sense, but they've put it out. You really need a business broker to get the most money. But what it said was give the employees an incentive to stay on. That's straight from the book, Built to Sell, where he says, if you're going to sell the business, offer the employees, because when you're buying a business, you want to buy employees that already know what they're doing typically. Give your employees part of the sale money and say, look, if you stay on for 3 months or 6 months, you'll get an extra $10,000 bonus or whatever to help the new guy stay on board. When I just bought this, when I bought this powder coat line from NIS, got it from a vendor that it came with 8 employees, and we're moving it this week into my facility. But they, to make this transfer well from them to me, they paid the employees an extra month bonus all of December for them to stay on with me while I learn and transition them into my company. Work like a charm. They got a big fat check, stayed on. 7 of the 8 stayed on with me. So, and the only one didn't stay on with me is because where I'm moving the facility is further from her house, and she didn't want to move that far. She has no idea that she's getting ready to miss out on a bunch of money. I promised them they would, because I will make that line and make them a lot more money, but she can't see it. Isn't that wild? So I hope that was good information. Whoever asked that questions, both sides. So somebody said, thank you. Thank you for this advice, Mark. I think I'll check out GPT. Check it out. I'm not telling you it's the answer for everything, but it's like a little assistant. And also, let me just look at some other questions I've asked it to see if it. So I asked it to create, and I don't know why it did this. It exploded on me, and I can't see what I've typed in before. I asked it to create a 4-month leaky chimney marketing campaign for me. Let me see if it looks like it saved some of my stuff. Oh, it only saved from today. But you can ask it anything. And so, like when I ask it to make marketing campaigns for me, does this take the place of Spark Marketer or anybody? No, not at all. But it gives me an idea what to ask Spark Marketer, or it gives me an idea to what to work on to hand to them, or also it gives me an idea of, it just gives me a baseline. What can I work on? Give me topics for, give me a 12-month marketing calendar for my chimney service company, where my busiest times for sweeping chimneys are August or October through February. I have a busy time of chimney leaks from March through June. Like, you see what I'm doing here? I'm just trying to create, telling it what I need specifically. I promise you, in 1 minute, I would have a marketing campaign. The other thing about asking about marketing campaign, it always starts with create a website, create social media. So in the question, you say, I already have a website and I already have social media pages. So it'll take that off the table. It won't tell you to do that. Then it'll just start going. And then you can take every one of those topics that it gives you, break it down, say, how would I implement this? What are the best methods? You know, marketing with a Facebook or with social media or TV or radio. Like, I hope you see where I'm going with this. I'm rambling a little bit. Sorry, I have to bolt. See you in Connecticut. Sounds like something to dive into. I love possibilities. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm just a harbinger. I'm just here to show you what I've seen, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to use it in a lot of stuff that I do. And then this is only going to get smarter too. This is going to get better, more intent. I do want to show you one more thing. I don't have to do it, but right here it says regenerate response. So when you look at this part right here, if you don't like the answer, you want to try it again, hit regenerate response, and it'll create a whole nother 8 things. Well, I can just do it real quick. And it will generate, it looks like some of the things are the same, but then also research market, it just tells you slightly different things on the sales strategy. Once you determine the value, create a sales strategy that outlines the steps. Like, It's pretty good. It's dead on. It's pretty much what I would tell somebody to, sell their business. You kind of need to know your profit. You need to know your loss. You need to know your assets. You need to know your liabilities. You need to clean the place up, make it look good, make it exciting to buy. Don't try to sell it when you're on a downturn. Don't try to sell it when it's on fire. I'm all over this. Blog writing has never been easier. Exactly. I mean, shit. Exactly. But you saw what I did for this show. I'll just use it to help me. Sometimes I struggle with the topic. Like, what do I talk about tonight? Well, boom, I don't have a reason. Now, my next book I write, this is going to help me write the book. I'm going to tell it stories. I'm going to give it chapter topics. I'm going to give it anecdotal things that I know, and it's going to help me write the book. It's going to be me plus a ghostwriter, and I'm going to edit it and I'm going to make sure it's right, but it's going to help me fill in all the blanks, make it better than I can do it. And does it take away from my creativity? No, but it helps me in my creativity. It opens up things. Actually opens up my brain to, oh, I didn't think about that. Well, let me blow that up and ask it more questions about that. Man, it's just cool. I hope you guys like it. That's my hour. Is there any other questions before I sign off for the night? I love that people jump in here. I'm going to close this out. That's my thing. That's my jam. This is coming. If tonight's the first night you've heard about it, you will hear about it almost every day from here till who knows when. If you've heard about it, maybe you haven't used it, saw me use it, you use it. Maybe we'll have another talk in a few months, how it's helped you, what you've done with it. I can tell you this. If anybody hasn't written standard operating procedures, hasn't written phone scripts, hasn't written job titles, job descriptions, like hasn't written, stuff for your business that you've needed, but you never had time, that excuse is gone. Now it's just you didn't ever want to do it. Time was never the thing. You just didn't want to do it. So now you can have a company. You could write a business plan. It can write computer code. It can write songs. It can write jokes. It can write all kinds of stuff. So get into it. See what happens. All right, guys, that's my time. Hope you enjoy your time. Time for me to have dinner. And hope you guys have a good night. And I will see you next week.